Alright, before we get into today's video, which everyone loves, mean, stupid, wrong YouTube comments, want to say if things go according to plan, yesterday's video was my video about the Global Poker Index Awards. Forgot to say this, wanted to add one more thing. Hungry Horse Poker. That's a channel that Herbs and Rye told me existed. He told me a few months ago. I've been watching those videos. I have no idea if he, in the past, has been nominated or a finalist or won an award. I know this year he isn't a finalist because I looked at all the like the final four of every category, didn't see that channel. That's a great channel. So a lot of channels in this genre, it's like, I played this session, here's the hands I was dealt, here's what I did. His, Herbs and Rye called it the best free strategy information out there. He pays attention to way more like strategy videos than I do nowadays, but I'd have to agree of what I know about the strategy content. It's not like I just played these hands, here's what I did. Each video has a specific like lesson in mind, and he picks hands he played recently that will illustrate that concept. I think it's a great format, and if he's never been nominated for an award, he should be, and if he's never won an award, he should at some point. In the recent videos, it looks like it's just one person doing everything, the person you see in all the thumbnails. In the older videos, it looks like it was a team of people. I'm not sure, but Hungry Horse Poker is the name. And now to the mean, ridiculous, wrong YouTube comments. All right, first comment, here we go, let me read it. Stack, oh, this is like, it's like I'm reading a script here. Stack slides out. How much is it? About 110? Player thinks about his action while the dealer counts. Yup, it's 110, okay, I fold. It literally did not slow the game down. This was in a response, one of the pet peeve videos, where I said I don't like when there's a bet and a player asks how much is it, and then the dealer guesses when the dealer's going to count it down and get it exact anyway, because saying two numbers, whether they're two different numbers, the dealer guessed wrong, or two of the same numbers, the dealer guessed right, just slows the game down. This guy, apparently, what, I made some things color-coded. Okay, yellow, 110 and 110. Not surprising that in this guy's fantasy world example, the dealer guessed correctly. For one, still slows the game down. He would understand if he ever played. Also, you can't talk about when the dealer guesses right without talking about when the dealer guesses wrong. Because to the player who's asking, it's the same. You hear a number with a question mark on the end, and those players seem to hate that. And they're like trying to think, do I pause? Do I listen to this? Is another number coming? You don't know after that guess number if the second number is going to be the same or not. So you can't talk about when the dealer guesses right without talking about when the dealer guesses incorrectly. I color-coded something else in blue, literally end the game. It doesn't strike me that this guy who just leaves ridiculous comments thinks that this is a poker game. Him typing words on a computer for 10 seconds is a poker game. He should look up what literally means, and I don't doubt that him typing those things out are the closest he ever got to a poker game. If he ever wanders into a casino and plays at a poker table and pays attention when this exact scenario happens, it's easy to look at the player who's asking and hearing two numbers or the same number twice, and it's just pausing his line of thinking. It's really messing it up, and it slows the game down. This must have been one of my like retirement finance videos. Here we go. You could have spent the last year in the bull cycle learning, getting experience, trading, hodling with an apostrophe and a dash. Instead, you eat rice and make $30 per day videos. Your choice. Okay, first in yellow, I don't know what hodling means, especially when you have to throw in an apostrophe before the suffix ing. No idea what he's talking about. This must have something to do with Bitcoin. Not really sure, but it seems like he's really into all these things. I don't know why it's his mission in life to make me do all these things. The red was funny. Eat rice. I thanked him. I said I was trying to remember if I ate any food in 2024. I was about to dig into the archives, but he told me I ate rice last year, so I didn't have to do all that. He saved me a lot of time and effort. The green is interesting. He doesn't understand the your choice phrase. You say that when you're talking about things going forward. If you're like, if he wanted to phrase it looking into the future and he said, for this year upcoming, you could trade Bitcoin or eat rice, your choice. That makes sense. To look into the past and say last year you did this instead of this, well, it's not my choice anymore because it's already happened, it's in the past. I can't go back in time without a time machine and do it over. So that doesn't make any sense. And the last one, as I wonder if this, my camera is very well hidden by the parking garage here. I wonder if that guy thought I was doing something crazy as he drove by. There's no chance he could see the camera wedged in between like the corner of the parking garage structure, trying to get it out of the wind. But last thing, oh great, $30 per day videos. I wish I made $30 per day. I don't make anywhere near $30 per day on YouTube. That's like Jamin Burton money he's talking about. Wish I made that much. All right, this one was good. It's kind of long here. This was one of the, I think this is when I was saying my plans, my road trip plans, how many poker rooms, how many states, cities, etc. This guy watched that video and said, this might be one of the most pointless word vomit videos I've ever seen in the poker vlogger space. I shudder to think how bad the other ones on this channel are. Might watch a couple of them on shrooms to get a good laugh. Red, I was wondering if he actually shuddered, because that was a very specific syntax he used. I want to know if he actually shuddered. I'll probably never find out. The main reason I included this one though is because for some reason it made me think of a video I had watched recently where, like, not exactly this comment would have been appropriate, but something in this vein. I watched a video and the title was Whine Golf Club Full Tour, which I was really excited to watch because the only views I get of the Whine Golf Club, sometimes on TV, mostly when I'm on the monorail between the Harrah's and Convention Center stops. I don't even play anymore. I don't even know if you're allowed to just walk the course. I know some really cool courses, after the last tee time, you could pay and just walk a few holes. I don't even know if that's possible there. So like, this is cool. This is like the best view I'm ever gonna get of the Whine Golf Club. I did know going into a 9-minute video, it would not be a full tour of every hole, but I expected a full tour of the locker room, the pro shop, and like at least one hole. It was nothing. The first 6.5 minutes of the video, the guy was at the airport waiting for his clubs, and then he showed some tee shots that him and his friend hit, and it was like the most misleading title I've ever seen in my life. Interesting, a lot of people loved the video in the comments. Only one guy in the comments said, why would you call it that? It wasn't close to a full tour, which is exactly what I was thinking. So if I ever leave, if I ever make a video with a crazy, misleading, or inaccurate title, don't mind if someone points it out. Please point it out. I don't expect I ever will. I wouldn't say exactly what this guy said about shuddering and using recreational drugs, but point it out somehow if I ever do something like that. For some reason, this guy's comment made me think of that disappointing Whine Golf Club video I watched. Oh, and it looks like I saved the best of these 4 for last. Usually do 4 in these videos. Nobody thinks you're getting $500,000 in trust fund money every year. The correct number is probably in the 50K to 80K range. First of all, love when these people can't just speak for themselves. It's clear he doesn't think I get $500,000 gifted to me every year. I don't know why he needs to speak for the entirety of the planet and say nobody. Should have also highlighted the dollars though at the bottom. Just forgot to while I was making these slides. It's funny because this was in response to a very similar comment in very similar scene in the most recent mean, stupid, wrong YouTube comments. Those videos recently have been leading to more comments and more videos like this. Think of it as a perpetual motion device of depression, if you will, because I'm like pretty much answering the same thing that I said last time. It's hilarious that this guy watches tons of my videos and still doesn't get it. Do you know how few years I would need of $80,000 gifts to be retired? I thought it's like clear how little I spend and how much I look for sales and deals and things like that. Unless these $80,000 gifts started like a week and a half ago, I'd be retired by now. I wouldn't have the channel. I'd probably play like 50 hours of poker a year. Most of the year would be going to like more than half the games the Mets play this year, and eating jambalaya at 4 in the morning while watching King of Queens. I can't imagine all the money I actually make, plus $80,000 a year on top of that, and like not already being done thinking about money for the rest of my life. I think in the last video, I think I pointed out at the San Francisco airport last year, I stayed in the airport for an extra 5 hours waiting for my plane back to Vegas, over $89 on an earlier flight, which I can't imagine there are people who are just gifted 80 grand a year who would do that, but I guess for this guy to reconcile all of his misery in his life, I'm the first person who's just gifted tens of thousands of dollars every single year, but still feel like $89 is more important to me than 5 hours. And remember, rice is a spoon food.